So I'm currently in a Target parking lot taking a minute to do a little eye mask and relax before I go to my next client because she's one of my favorites and I don't want to bring any spicy attitude from my last shoot to her because she's literally one of my favorites. And I was walking around doing my job, photographing this house, and the homeowner was just like following me around like a little puppy, like my shadow. And I was just asking my normal questions like, how long have you lived at this house? Where are you moving to? What's cool? What's up? How's your day? Just the normal spread of questions. And he says to me, oh, I'm also a photographer. I'm like, oh, cool. What do you shoot? What do you photograph? What's your gig? And he says to me, oh, I shoot fine art. Oh, you do? What is fine art? What does that mean? In my mind, I'm like, oh, you photograph paintings, digitize fine art. You work with museums to like do their collection or whatever. Like, that's what I'm thinking in my mind. And he's just like, oh, I shoot boudoir and only boudoir. Oh, all right. Like, I don't I don't know. Maybe I'm not well versed in photography, even though it's my job. But to me, I wouldn't call that like fine art. You know what I mean? Does it make sense? Boudoir is its own category. It's like a wedding photographer, boudoir photographer, real estate photographer. It's, you know? Anyway, that was just like, interesting to me. It's like, are you embarrassed to be someone that like enjoys shooting boudoir, to call it that? Anyway, so then I was like, oh, that's really cool. Are you like full time, part time, hobby? And he's just like, oh, it's just a hobby. I'm like, oh, so you're not really a photographer. Like, you like to do photography, but you're not like a full time photographer like I am. This is literally my job. And he said, this is the part that like kills me. He said, yeah, well, I didn't go down that route. I got a real job. A real job. Saying that to a photographer who's actively like, hired to be here to photograph your home, like, you hired my company and I'm here working for you. And you're literally actively knocking being a photographer is not a true corporate job. It's not good enough to be called a job. Anyway, so he said that, and then my blood instantly boiled because it's just degrading and rude, and it wasn't really the vibe. And it was already feeling like you're calling yourself like a fine art photographer and you're better than me because you have a real job. I'm just like, your vibe's not nice, dude. Anyway, so this is me here doing a eye mask for a little caffeine.